Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Raven, also known as Gorgeous Gold Tarot. If you could, please like, share, subscribe to this video. I am new to YouTube and I am trying to build up my following. If you already have liked, shared, or subscribed to one of my videos or my channel, I really can't express how much I truly appreciate you and am grateful for every piece of support that I've been receiving along this journey. Today I'm going to be recording the element videos. I'm going to begin with fire signs and I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I ask the universe to place a bubble around me and anyone tuning into this video. I ask that the bubble is filled with bright white lights, 3 golden rings, and violet flames. May it shine so bright that nothing negative may ever attach. Okay. I ask that the universe gives me clear and precise messages for fire signs. The fire signs would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Messages for fire signs. We're coming out first with the 8 of Wands. Oh, wow. Then we have the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to take 2 more cards. The 8 of Swords. Oh my God. The 3 of Cups. All right. So right off bat, the energy that I'm feeling from the cards is that this week, the fire signs in the community or in the collective are going to be experiencing some type of lessons. Like things are coming to them to close up a cycle. And you fire signs have been working on closing up this cycle for quite some time now. But the energy I'm pulling up for this week with the 8 of Swords being present is that you have been afraid of emerging from your cocoon. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so if things do not resonate with you, you may want to go check the other elements within your chart. Anyways, you have been afraid to emerge from your cocoon. You have been in the energy of just sitting and waiting for things to happen to you out of fear that things will happen to you. So basically, you don't take any action. You just live where you're comfortable, but you know that surrounding you, shit's going to hit the fan, but you just, rather than going towards it, you kind of just sit still, almost as if you're trying to avoid it. That was the recent past. That was the energy that you have been moving in, which is strange because I feel like fire signs have been in an energy of going, but maybe you're just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone slightly, but you've still kind of been staying in your comfort zone to an extent, if that makes sense. So you've been in an energy of moving ahead, but not moving too far. It's almost like when you get your first apartment. You move out of your parents' house, but you don't move too far that you can't drive back over there. You know, you still move kind of close to the neighborhood that you're familiar with. That would be the energy of your recent past, fire signs. But I have you closing up a cycle of karma with the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So that means that you're realizing that now it's time for you to start taking those bigger steps. You're going to be getting this week like strokes of genius popping into your mind. And you're going to be realizing that it is, like I said, time to start taking those bigger steps. Time to start doing those bigger things in the direction of your dream. Because as you're wrapping this cycle up, with every ending comes a new beginning. So right now, I just find that the fire signs are in an energy of wanting a new beginning and wanting to move out of this energy of taking baby steps into taking full-grown adult steps, like creating the plan, putting everything in line so that this can happen. With this card being a major arcana, fire signs, I feel like this is destiny. Like, this energy is 100% available to you if you're willing to take those bigger steps. By you doing that, you're closing up a cycle of karma, therefore allowing the new things that are supposed to flow into your life to actually flow. But as I said, with every new beginning comes an ending. So that means that this energy that you were holding on to something, like something in your comfort zone that you've known for a while that you have to release. You've been holding that there, but it cannot stay anymore. Like, you've taken all the baby steps that you can take. Now it is time to start taking those bigger steps, and those bigger steps are scary because with the bigger steps comes bigger changes. So whatever this energy is that you've been stuck in, or that's been surrounding you that's stuck, or that person, place, job, thing, whatever that is stuck, has to be released. It's time for it to be let go, and it's time for you to emerge. It's time for you to close up this cycle of karma. It's time for you to move forward in a way that better suits your life. It's time for you to trust in your intuition and to move confidently in the direction of your dreams. With the Hierophant coming out, I feel like this week is a week of, I've said at the beginning, learning lessons, which every week is a week of learning lessons. But this week, I feel like the Hierophant to me is representing utilizing the lessons that you've already learned. It's almost like you know something about the stuck energy. You know stuff about yourself, and you've known it for quite some time, but you've never actually moved forward into a space of owning it, into a space of utilizing it. You've had all these skills, all these relationships, all these just keys basically on your key ring, but you never use them to open the doors. This week, you're going to be using the keys. You're listening to the calls. You're listening to the energies that surround you. You're listening to the strokes of genius that you've had in you for a while, but chose to ignore. And basically the energy that I'm getting is that this is no longer going to be able to be ignored. With the major arcana, once again, we do have a sense of free will, but this is the energy that is present, fire signs. This is the energy that if you fully step into it and use it, can create major shifts in your life. And this is an energy that if you do not step in and fully use it, you will waste it. You will literally waste it. And if you waste it, you're going to be back here probably around the same time next year, learning the same exact thing. Because that's the constant theme in everyone's life. You keep repeating the lessons that you refuse to learn, those cycles that you refuse to end and let go, even though you know that they're not serving your highest good. You will be back living it. With the Eight of Wands coming out, like I said, this is an energy of knowing what it is that you are supposed to learn and actually moving forward into that space. Eight of Wands is rapid communication, and it can be communication from within yourself. It can be communication from within that relationship, that job. Like, there's a final straw for you that comes in as a stroke of genius, and you realize that this light has to enter your life. There's no way for this to not go down. Like, this is what is meant for you. This is what has to happen. And you know that. So you can choose to go with what you know, or you can choose to hold on to what you know. Holding on to what you know is not the best choice for you at this time. Letting go of what you know, but knowing that what you know is what serves you is the energy that you need to move in. I'm sorry that if that did not make sense, but basically, just because it's familiar doesn't mean it serves you, and you know that. So go with what is new to you, but is known in your mind, because in your gut, when you're in a relationship that you know doesn't serve you or doesn't light you up or isn't moving you forward or is going in the same direction that it went in before, you can tell that. You recognize the signs. Basically, it's following the quote of what Maya Angelou said. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. That goes for a job. That goes for friendships. That goes for relationships. Like, Granted, people, places, things, they are meant to teach you lessons. People make mistakes. I'm not saying that anyone's perfect. But if a person has been in your life constantly and with them being there, it has always been the same old bullshit, that person is showing you who they are. They don't plan to change. They may love you. I'm not saying that whatever this is, for some of you specifically, I'm feeling like it is a relationship. A person may love you. I'm not taking away from that. I'm not saying that they don't love you. That job may really want you to be there because they don't want to hire someone else. But the difference is wanting something and doing something about what you want are two different things. That person can love you forever, but until they're ready to step up and show you something different, you know that no longer belongs in your life. That job can really want you to stay there. But if they're not offering you any pay raises or at least acknowledging the hard work that you're putting in, don't be somewhere that is not going to satisfy you. And fire signs, you know what I'm talking about. Like, that's the thing. I'm not going to have to elaborate on this because for some of you, as soon as I started talking, it was like that. And maybe this is your wake-up call. Maybe this is your message. Let it go. It doesn't belong there. It really doesn't. 3 of Cups. You're surrounded by things that do belong there. Yet you still are wanting that stuck thing. You're still wanting to hold on to this. This doesn't serve you anymore. This does. There are people surrounding you that want to celebrate your successes, that want to be happy for you in your life, that want to love you, that want to step up, that have changed, that have started to straighten their shit out for you. There are people surrounding you that want their place in your life. There's jobs coming to you that want to be there. A job where the boss is going to recognize your hard work and be like, damn, like, she's an amazing worker, or he is an awesome fucking person. Like, I want him to stay in my company. I want to move him forward. I want them to be in a place of growing here. I see what I have. That's the thing. You're surrounded right now, even if you don't see it, by people that do appreciate the growth that you've made and the changes that you have undergone. But you're holding on to that one part that doesn't. It's like you want you want that to catch up. For some of you, very strongly, this is a relationship with a person that is from your past. You want them to notice your change. You want them to change too. That's the thing, mainly. I'm feeling like you want them to change. You're trying to wait for them to catch up to your level because you've seen your progress and you're like, well, if I can do it, they can do it too. The difference is you wanted to do it, fire signs. They don't. You can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. You may love this job. You may literally love what you do, but just not where you're doing it. And people are always searching for someone that loves what they're doing. So therefore, because you're passionate about it. So therefore, you're going to move forward. Letting that job go, another one will present itself to you. And that's just being real. Like, the path always is there for you to take it. Just pay attention. Be open to it. But at this time, fire signs, I am getting the message strongly. This week is a week of celebration for you. Because it is a week of looking to see what has been there all along. You know that what the saying is, you never know a good thing until it's gone. Pay attention to the places, the people, the things that have been presented to you and how those make you feel. When you focus on the energy of those positive things that have come into your life and how those make you feel, all of this energy will no longer serve you. You'll realize that you don't want it in your life. When you level up, the lower vibratory things don't feel good to you anymore. And I feel like for a lot of you, whatever this is hasn't felt good to you for a while. Like a while. You've noticed the same patterns coming in, but you still were fighting because you're like, well, I've changed so much. I've done so much where people can change. Basically, you were trying to be optimistic about the situation. But I'm here to tell you, be optimistic when someone shows you something. Don't be optimistic on what you envision for the person. Because what you envision is not what they are showing you. What they are showing you is what they are going to do. And that's just the truth behind the matter. What they are showing you is exactly what they plan on doing. They don't plan on changing if they haven't showed you any change. If they came around and talked to you for a little while and then disappeared again, they showing you who they're going to be. New life. Fire signs. Someone is going to be getting pregnant. Like, I am sorry, but this energy has been around for a long time. Maybe the thing that you're releasing is going to be bringing that in. And for some of you, maybe it's not pregnancy, but it's a new life. This card has come out very often for the fire signs, at least 3 times since I've started doing these readings. Someone somewhere is getting pregnant. Others of you, you're not getting pregnant, but your life is changing. What did I say? A week of celebration, guys. A week of honoring all those things that are around you that want to be around you. Those things that are around you that want to, show you appreciation, show you what you need. Because they're moving in. Bravado. This is fighting, to me. The picture, I'm not going to read the actual angel messages. I just wanted you to get an overall gist of the clarifying cards for this. But I am going to read an Isis Oracle card. I am in love with this deck. Anyways, this is fighting those old patterns. This is fighting that old person. This is fighting that old job. This is fighting it to get away. Do you see all those people on your side that are cheering for you, though? That's what I'm talking about. You're surrounded right now by support. If you open your eyes and see it, there are people that are cheering for you at this moment as you're fighting these battles, because everyone wants something new for you. Those that really care about you. Discontent. Like I said, holding on to this isn't bringing you anything new. You see, there's a mask in that card. It just isn't a pretty card. There's deceit. That's what it is. Holding on to that old thing that you think might change, that you think might bring you some form of happiness. It ain't bringing you shit, but the same shit it's been bringing you. That's just what's real. Let it go. And the last one, new beginnings. Okay, what more do I have to tell you? New life, new beginnings. Like, release that. Close the cycle up, please, because by doing that, you're calling in new beginnings. You're calling in a new life. You're celebrating. You are no longer discontent, like unhappy. You're literally moving, fighting this. You don't want this anymore. You don't even have to fight it. I guarantee you, let it go. Watch what comes in. It's not even going to be small changes. It's going to be huge. You've been taking baby steps away from it. Take that big step away from it and watch what flows to you. Watch what flows into your life. This doesn't serve you anymore. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't serve you anymore. Fire signs. Move away. Move away. Leave room for what does serve you. Call in that new relationship. Call in that new career. Call in that new life. Call in that baby. Because for some of y'all, literally, someone's getting pregnant. Someone's been wanting to be pregnant. Your prayers are being answered. I'm telling you. When you release what no longer serves you. Because actually, the main message that's coming in too from that regarding pregnancy is whatever this is that's been draining your power, it's messing with your sacral chakra. It's messing with your root chakra. This is your sacral chakra, which involves the color orange, eating orange fruit, mangoes, fucking cantaloupe, like things that are orange inside, or wearing orange colors. That heals your sacral chakra. Listening to binaural beats for your sacral chakra. Your root chakra is the color red. That's your grounding chakra. Also, sacral chakra has to do with sexuality, sensuality, flow, creativity, just being in your power, basically. Root chakra means being grounded, being rooted in your life, being rooted in your plan, being rooted in your words, being rooted in who you are. That's the color red. You know, you can eat red apples. You can go out and buy some red roses. Like, you need to surround yourself with that. But that's going to lead to a more rapid healing when whatever you release is let go of. Because what I'm getting very specifically for some people is that this person, because this is a person for a lot of you, is holding on to you so tight and has a spell on you, or has something so tight to you that it's messing with your sacral and your root chakra. It's messing with your menstrual cycle. It's messing with the your sexuality. It's messing with how you're feeling about yourself, with your creativity, with your self-confidence, with your power. Excuse me, not self-confidence, because that's in your solar plexus, but your sacral chakra, like your sexuality. You're not feeling like, you know, the goddess that you are, or the god that you are. You know what I'm saying? So you got to release that. You have to be willing to let that go, because I'm just looking at it. And I got that message very specifically, that whatever letting this go, whatever it is leading to major healing in those chakras. Major healing in those chakras. All right. We have the goddess of 10,000 names, fire sign. Let me get to the page and then I will hold the card back up. Sorry, guys. But page 66, 2 sixes. Interesting. On the last page of this, of the Goddess of 10,000 Names, there's going to be an incantation. I am going to share that. I'm feeling called to. Normally, or sometimes I may not feel called to share that, but I will also put it in the description box so that you can read it for your own convenience. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, my screen's like, these cards are so new and shiny that the screen's reflecting off of them. So if you can't see it, I'm sorry. Goddess of 10,000 names. Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as the goddess of 10,000 names. A name holds power. It defines and energizes or limits. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them. Beloved initiate, as a vast being, you are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities that you have held. Instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you. Just like the Lady Isis, you are a multifaceted, multidimensional being. It is most helpful at this phase in your path that you learn not to attach to roles or identities that may have once held great importance for you or others relating to you. It does not mean that you must cease to relate to that name or role, more that you are realizing it's only a part of you, and there is even more of you wishing to express itself now. The roles you are needing to move beyond might be mother, executive, healer, good person, strong person, always in control, daughter, teacher or guru, grandmother, and so on. There is nothing wrong with these roles, and you may still express part of your vast self through such roles, but you are at a significant point in your inner development where you are learning that these are not who you are, but simply expressions of the eternal, endless self, uncontainable by any human descriptions. It can be tricky to avoid getting stuck in roles that prescribe for you or accept of you. And yet, your self-definition will become wider and your experience of yourself will be more real and fulfilling if you are open to discovering more of you, beyond the person you have considered yourself to be up until now. For this to happen, you must be willing to allow the many and varied faces of your being, your 10,000 names, to begin to emerge in your awareness, to realize that you are more than you currently imagine yourself to be. This opens up tremendous freedom of choice and possibility in life. This can be both exhilarating and terrifying. Trust that the self is, in essence, divine love, and that there is great joy in its unfoldment. Even if there are challenges to let go of the fears that have held us trapped in certain roles and identities at this time, the call to let go of old identity is very strong, leading you to this oracle at this time. when a new, more whole, fulfilling, and truthful sense of identity awaits you. Any fear or struggle that you go through to allow this to happen, beloved, will be spiritually repaid to you, multiplied in so many ways. There is nothing to lose except old limitations and so much wonder and joy to be gained. This oracle also indicates that there is a spiritual name waiting for you on the inner planes. The name may come from various spiritual traditions as the name of a deity or sacred mantra, or it can or it can be an actual name that you can sound out and use in meditation or sacred temple activities with spiritual groups. That name may also simply be a note, an inner awareness of a sound, and it can be sourced by going into your heart, almost felt more than heard or spoken. This spiritual name is coming to you to help you deepen your connection with yourself. Like any other identity, it's just a representation for a time. You do not need to pack up your old life in search of an entirely new one unless your heart deeply guides you with peace and neutrality that this is what is needed for your spiritual growth. More often than not, what this spiritual name offers you is a chance to begin to loosen your grip on your old identity, not throw it away completely, and sense yourself in a more expanded light. Whether you consciously and easily receive your spiritual name in meditation or dream state, or through a healing or a conversation with another initiate, or whether it remains a mystery, trust that it is in your heart calling you to recognize more of your true self. If you already have a spiritual name, this oracle is guidance to not become too attached to that identity either. Names are ways of knowing a being, but they are not the being. This can be hard for us to take on board in a culture that loves to label and therefore understand everything. For the initiate, however, accepting mystery is a part of the spiritual journey into the divine self. If you have felt constrained by a role, name, or identity and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a new role or identity calling you in greater expression and would love some divine help in that growth, this oracle indicates that the help you need is already with you, urging you to grow from within. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read the incantation. There's also a ritual to do with this incantation. If you are interested in the ritual, I will literally email it to those who email me, but otherwise I'm just going to read the incantation. The incantation below will help you evoke a spiritual name if you wish to receive one. Just be open to how that name can come to you. It might be through unexpected sources where you will just know that the name is for you at this time. Be in your heart and trust your intuitive recognition of the name. Will come to you at the perfect time and in the perfect way for you. The incantation below will also help you shift and replace and release identities and forms that serve you no longer, to be replaced by new identities and forms that will help you grow spiritually. Close your eyes and take this in. Isis. Maha Isis. Isis of 10,000 nominations. Isis. Maha Isis. Isis of endless emanation. I will live my true self in all its glory. I now release the outdated story. I let go of who I used to be. I let go of my history. All right, fire signs. Oh, sorry. More on the other page. I step forward into a new me, blossoming beyond identity. I received the name of myself newborn. I now let go of all that is outworn. Isis, Maha Isis, Isis of 10,000 names and more. Isis, Maha Isis, bless me with self-knowledge, pure. All right, fire signs, that has been your weekly reading. I will be back with you guys next weekend. Thank you so much. If you resonate with this message, please like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate you. As always, much love, much light, and much blessings throughout this week. Thank you so much. Bye.